Hey everyone, this is the divide by 4 that we've been showing earlier. It was the simplest design we could imagine to divide one stream of marbles onto 4 separate parts. And now I want to put this divide by 4 onto the Marble Machine X, and I designed a 3D print. It took me 30 minutes to design it, 30 minutes to print, and this print will hold this PMA pipe onto the Marble Machine X. So here's the clamp. As you can see, it has some flex to it like this. So let's see my tolerances. Ooh, that's nice. So I cut a hexagon here for the nut. And then on the other side, an M520. That's a perfect fit and a safe way to clamp these PMA pipes. So this part will sit here on the back side of the machine, up here. So previously, the pipe was held by an 8mm thin piece of metal, and we used set screws to clamp down on the pipe. This was cracking the pipes, and it was not a really stable coupling. So now by adding 18mm of hold to the already existing 8mm and clamping around the pipe, we have a longer holding and we clamp in a way that doesn't destroy the pipe. So from now, I'm only gonna use this kind of clamping system. So that connection is awesome. Let's check what happens over here. For the divide by 4, it's going to connect to this end. I'm going to make a holding bracket for this divide by 4 with this mild steel bar. And I want to show you some tricks that I've developed for how to make these brackets simpler. So first I need to transfer these holes over to the mild steel bar. Instead of measuring the holes and transferring the measurement to the steel, I'm going to use this as a template. So whenever you can work without making measurements and just use the physical item, you have an easier life. These holes will now match up perfectly. Next, I want to make a nice little round over, and I'm just going to use the washer. So now I made a connector piece like this, and this is also to make it simple. Doesn't matter how long this is, and the hole location are provided by the piece itself. So when I weld this, the holes should end up in the correct position. The function of this divide by 4 is very dependent on the angle. So I'm gonna use washer stacks to be able to angle this in this direction and also in this direction. Hooray for washer stacks. So as you can see now, the slope here is too shallow. The marbles doesn't fall through. So now this is where the washer stackers come in. So by removing some washers from the stack here, I can make the marbles fall through this pipe. So let's remove 3 washers. Look at that. Now we can move on to the angle of this and see at the marble behavior here. Do they fall through here? So we have a little build-up here. I don't mind that. So now I want to see this resolve itself. I don't want more build-up than that. Super nice. So now I can retire the old divide by 4. And if we look closely at this old divide by 4 and count how many parts it has, we can see that it has like 40 or 50 parts. There's a lot of layers of metal profiles, hardware and moving parts, and it's a lot of welding. And if we look at the new divide by 4, it has 3 plywood parts and a couple of silicone tubes and some mounting
bolts. The new design gives us the same function for a much lower part count with lighter weight, cheaper materials. That's good design.
I made these plywood brackets to hold the 4 PMA pipes. So now I'm working on the brackets that will hold these. So I cut these manual slots. They look a little bit ugly because it's hard to cut manual slots. But the idea with the slots is that I can get a lot of adjustability. So for adjusting the height, I can just add or remove washers and we can build the height-wise adjustment that way. And for the slot, I have a couple of millimeters sideways adjustability. So I am nervous to see if my slope is steep enough, if the marbles are going to move nicely, because the old one was just on the edge and this one is longer. Oh, it is moving nicely. It was moving a nice step for each marble. So of course the inner curve is the shortest, which will mean that this will be the steepest. So this is the easiest. So we'll see with the other ones, but so far so good.
Check. Check. When all the marble lanes are completely full, the fishtail is picking up the marbles really neatly. It works 100%. But if these marble lanes would run dry, we could have the edge case where a single marble comes at the exact wrong timing and become pinched. So we need a fishtail pinch, and that's what I'm working on here. And a huge shout out to everyone at the Wintergatan Discord community, because in the fishtail pinch channel there has been so many brilliant ideas. Here is like the tip of the iceberg of all the ideas in the fishtail pinch channel. One of the most popular designs was the guillotine by Balto Yikale. Roscoe made a nice demo of this hexagon shape, which is actually excluding a divide by 4 because the hexagon shape divides the marbles by 4 naturally. But the design I choose to go for was this design by Rosero. A springy little pinchy thing that engages when no marbles are allowed to pass through. So this is what I'm trying to build here.
this extra spring-loaded gate here takes care of lonely marbles. And if you remember a while back, I showed this. A marble could come in at exactly the wrong timing and get caught in between and get spitted out somewhere uncontrollably. So with this gate, this is not possible. And this is cool because this makes me able to run this whole queue completely dry if the music calls for it. So with this gate we can play faster music and we can run out of marbles and it's okay. And right now the marble picking up behavior seems perfect. Finally, after 200 years.
The marble loop is completed again. I can't get over how much this process is. 2 steps forward and 1 step back, over and over and over again. But it feels like these solutions are super stable and I like how they look, and yeah, I'm very, very happy to have the top part of the machine finished. I am waiting for all the parts for the marble gates, both the escapement gate for the vibraphone and the drums, and also the cyber gate for the cyber bass. And I've already seen some packages on their way, so while I was waiting for all those parts, I wanted to finish this top of the machine. So now I'm just finger drumming on my desk, looking out through my window, waiting for the delivery of all the escapement gate parts. That's going to be so fun to show you how I put those together. We have a video planned about the music studio installation we made last week. We're holding on that video a little bit. I promised it last week. It's coming eventually. It is super, super cool, but I want to make the studio justice in a really nice video. And now I wanted to show you some building of the marble machine. Well, there has mostly been CAD design the last week. So hope you enjoyed this progress. Thanks to everyone who are supporting this project through YouTube memberships and through Patreon. Your support gives me the freedom to finish this project, and thank you so much for that. It's just amazing of all and each and every one of you. And also to everyone who watched the video all the way to the end, thank you so much. Hope you like the look of these new designs, and I'll see you next week.